S03.5.
We're live!
A little late tonight.
That's adjusting some lighting as we go.
Adjusting some lighting?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn
We
my...
were story crafting.
Please silence all sending devices. Put them on.
Excluding
Vibrate.
sending stones, right? Those are allowed at the table.
No. Put your sending stones away.
Okay. That's
turning
fine.
balls.
We always forget to use them anyways.
I know.
Very true.
Welcome to Chronicles of the
I forget
Coast,
to use all the shit.
our weekly Dungeons and Dragons podcast stream, where some people may have forgotten to mute their media volume as well.
Ooh, yeah, hey, thanks for that, because I think I'm one of those people.
There we go. Sorry for missing last week, but I was sick, and I make no apologies for being sick, but it is a shame that we didn't stream anything. But here we are, yay! And I know so many people are looking forward to seeing the plot progress as we all approach the City of Skulls. Quick recap. 2 weeks ago, there was an encounter on the road where some elves were doing some totally not cool stuff that looked a lot like it was a hate crime. It was a hate crime. Some elves are doing a hate crime. And heroes roll up in your wagon and you guys awkwardly ask questions. It's like, does this look like a bad thing? Like this is totally not cool, right?
Yeah.
I was very entertained by how you guys are like, really? This is happening?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, typically orcs are
It is
the
a
bad
wild
guys.
country.
Typically.
So, you know, nobody wants to hurt somebody that doesn't deserve it, but man, that was pretty terrible what was happening.
So you guys
It was.
step in. Violence breaks out. Blows across the table. It gets dicey. Mooney goes down. Nakma goes down. Mooney is dead. Nakma was nearly dead.
Yes.
2 of the surviving elves negotiated their way out at the threat of killing Nakma too, and you guys kept up your end of the word. You have befriended...
It was hard.
I bet it was.
It was one of the hardest D&D things I've ever done.
Letting the villain walk away.
Yeah, because all I had to do was say I attack, and I
Yes.
wanted to.
I know.
That's very true.
And... Oh, we got a little bit of that wall over there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can just scooch this way a little bit.
Absolutely.
Camera
Still
magic.
wall over there, though.
Camera magic.
Critics, everybody's
fix
got a
it.
critic.
Fix that in post.
Is that like on a different spot in the ceiling? Or is like the whole table moved?
Who? Feels like the table.
Jesse's like,
Yeah.
what is reality?
I don't feel like I'm center anymore.
You just look, you'll feel better. You just look right there. You said it.
Yeah. I still feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Are these even 90 degrees? Where's the right angle? Who the hell framed
I can't
this?
see him in this position.
Oh my god, I'm sideways.
I just can't DM in this position.
Who framed this wall, asshole? So, you befriended a cleric, Corgrim, and he offered to aid the party by resurrection of Mooney, but unfortunately it turned out you didn't have the material components, although they can be purchased in the City of Skulls. So he has offered to cast a Gentle Repose for the 3 to 4 day expected journey until you get to the City of Skulls, so as to give you the resurrection that he believes you all deserve.
Okay.
Was there anything I missed?
Well, there was some discussion actually of not leaving that site because it was close to the borders of Rodmalak and having Cormac just go over to the nearest city and attempt to purchase the spell components we need and bring Mooney back before we
At
make
Rodmalak,
it to the
yes.
City of Skulls.
There was some talk about that.
Yes,
I
since it's just right
thought
behind us.
last game that you guys settled just before the game was over that you were going to go to the City of Skulls. but I could be mistaken.
I'm all for the group consensus, whatever that may be.
Can we change our mind if that's
What I do
Why
know
not
is
change your mind halfway up the mountain.
that we all sort of decided
Or-
that the only one who would be welcome in Rodmalak would be Cormac. So if that is the case, then we basically have to just camp out here.
I mean, Nakma can come with me. I'd kind of like to have Nakma with me, actually.
one of your familiars could follow
Yeah, I
us?
could definitely send one of the familiars with, probably the Volpertinker.
Can we have a new one? New friend?
Oh, I mean, I could send the pseudo dragon, but I don't know. Like, people can like detect magic pretty crazy in there. So
Okay,
if
I
he's
gotcha.
invisible,
Yeah.
they'll see the aura of it.
Very true.
But if I send the Volpertinker,
Okay.
Honestly, I
It's
can
like
have
a
my own familiars.
Prize
It won't
possession.
cause a problem.
no, just so that I
Can
know
keep
what's
an eye
going
on
on
us.
with you guys.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
once I'm there, I'm allowed to have a familiar.
Yeah, but would they wonder why you had two?
I don't have. Well, no.
If I sent the pseudo dragon with you?
Fine.
Okay. Alright. Well, whichever you want.
Nakma would love
I'm
an
just gonna go make a
Rod
quick
and Lock.
purchase and come back.
We're paranoid, Cormac. We lost Mooney, bud.
Yeah,
Well, Damon is here tonight.
we'll get him back.
Yeah. Let's go. So just Nakma and Cormac are going to go to Rodmalak.
And
Well,
I
you
guess,
guys are going to be outside or however far away, 10 miles, something like that.
I don't
So
want
we're
to be
going
caught
backwards.
anywhere inside the border where their soldiers might go. I mean, where we are right now is pretty much
I'm an honorary member of the court, or the whatever you call the group of mages. I forget. I shouldn't forget because I'm so smart.
the Mageocracy.
Yes, there you go. So we can roll in. You can just stay in the cart.
Okay.
We have
Alright.
my horse.
And Colgrim here?
Aye.
You certainly have to stay inside the cot, no doubt.
Yeah, they are kind of assholes. Do you have any problem with that?
As you are all talking about this, it is worth noting that you have a world map in front of you, so it's possible you could have looked at this. The closest town to you in Rodmalak is Border Watch, which is roughly the same time travel distance as to the City of Skulls. The closest town to you right now is Velthalir, which is back in Elendé, the Elven Lands.
Oh. Okay.
What about teleportation magic? Do you know any circles?
I'm not powerful enough to cast that spell.
You're not? Okay. Well, I know a few circles. They haven't been determined yet.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know, just the uncertainty of going to the City of Skulls and when or where we may find a diamond.
I can assure you that there is a diamond. The City of Skulls is a haven for illegally purchased goods.
So we can just purchase one there, is what you're saying? We don't have to treasure hunt for it? Sorry, that's the impression I was under.
Yeah, I know.
It can be found.
What are we waiting for? We are-
Bandits and thieves would have robbed jewels coming from Page down to Honor's Guard. Anything from Page is going to be laden with jewels. Diamonds, though rare, are in supply.
Well, then I believe we should trust our guide.
I believe the same. Nakama, I know you grieve over Mooney.
I know where if I can see the stars. Have I been there? No, I
City of
haven't.
Skulls?
No, never
Nope.
mind. Never mind. What was that, Dan?
Well, I say we go. Do we, while we're traveling, I just want to chat with Corgrim.
Yeah.
And, ask him if there's anything that we, is it just a free-for-all in the City of Skulls? Is there a hierarchy? Are there guards? Is there anything that we ought to know before we arrive?
Well, one thing, and this is actually a little bit to your frustration, is that he refuses to ride your wagon and walks the entire time. That puts you back a little bit and slows you down. Though, despite all of the persuasions you attempt, he just goes silent about it and doesn't say anything.
Is it... Question. Is it the wagon? Would you ride a horse? We have a magnificent war horse.
You ask about the City of Skulls.
Indeed.
You can also ride on my disc. It goes the same speed as me.
I swear to you he said disc.
One can ride on the back with me on my horse.
The City of Skulls is a turbulent place right now. A cult has seized the somber citadel, and from there they work a dark magic, turning corpses into undead fiends, devils. It's a terrible dark magic. And so I attempted to flee with what family I had. We sought to find solace and refuge within Rodmalak, though you have seen what happened and what became of that. While this cult does maintain some control over the City of Skulls, and their influence is great, there is a spirit of freedom to the city. Everyone operates based off of an unspoken order, the laws of nature. Your honor carries more weight than a coin in your pocket, but it is an honor among thieves, as people from the civilized cities would say. It's full of outcasts. Minotaur, orc, kobold, goblin, lizard folk. Great scores of people there, but all people who are shunned in human lands.
Surely, Cormac, you must know at least this much or more about the City of Skulls in your long life.
I have never been able to visit. I've read much about it. I'm actually a little excited to go.
Books can be of great value, that's for sure.
I hear Minotaur. Maybe some family have survived. Maybe Opa may have survived.
Opa.
My brother. You've heard of that name.
A Minotaur named Opa arrived roughly 2 quarters ago. A large, hideous beast. I have met many an honorable Minotaur in my life. This
He's
one...
a great champion amongst my people.
Champion.
He was.
No honorable being would follow this abomination. He was rife and riddled with powerful magic.
Uh-oh.
He came into town with a contingency of other Minotaur. Though he is changed, he's larger than any Minotaur I've ever seen. His armor looks as if it is put together in piecemeal by plate recovered from the wreckage of sunken ships.
Oh, great.
Coral grows off of it. This strange aquatic growths. And he's always wet.
Nakma drops his head, looks down at his feet, and just says, "Brother, this is my fault."
He is your brother no more.
I must help my brother. He's all I have.
That Minotaur serves a dark power now.
Can we all do a religion check to figure out if that's like
Nakma's eyes
signs
sparkle.
of a follower of a certain deity, like Vabar?
You're welcome to make a check anytime you want.
I mean, it kind of just sounds like it.
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, okay. Religion, I guess.
Religion?
I have a lot plus 13. 15. Fuck.
Isn't 15, no, I mean...
That was a sweet two.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to check that?
What is that?
A
4,
four.
so it's a 7.
Okay.
7.
I go back to studying my new book.
A 15.
Rolls another 4.
It was a 15 total.
Yeah.
So you're like, sounds like you might be following a weird aquatic god.
God of some kind. Right.
Does he also have a following, Colgrim?
How many? Yes.
He leads a small group. Minotaur, Goblin, and a few others. They call themselves the Drowned.
Mm.
This is very unfortunate news, Nakma. Very unfortunate
Probably some sort of
news
sky god.
indeed.
Definitely.
I fear your brother Opa may have...
He has.
Are they showing signs of life? Or are they like
He
me?
has.
A corpse.
And I'm the possessed one?
They drew breath.
I must save my people.
If we can save them, then we should.
We have a
Perhaps,
task at hand that needs to be finished first.
perhaps as the saying goes, to save it you must set it free.
Well, I'll have to set him free, alright.
We will be there to support you.
The City of Skulls can be a dangerous place. He has thrown his lot in with a dark cult that now controls the somber citadel.
The plot thickens.
He's some
Love it.
sort of enforcer? Some sort of hired hand?
He takes his orders from no one. Yet,
That's my brother.
it's almost as if their goals are aligned. He has made mention that signs point to the visit of his hated foe, and that he is there waiting.
Was there a name of this foe?
No.
It could be you.
Has he ever mentioned Nakma?
Never.
I'm sure no one would tip their hand that easily, though.
Does he ever talk about his little brother?
That power.
Nobody ever talks about their little brother.
We need to make it a priority to get Mooney up as soon as
Yes,
possible. We
absolutely.
cannot possibly fight this without him.
Well, if that's
No.
the case, then we
I
must
wouldn't
hurry.
want it any other way.
If that's the case, then I suggest that your Minotaur friend hide in your wagon.
Night
We
doesn't
will make the
hide.
purchase and come back and then perform the ritual as fast as we can.
Fine. The night doesn't hide. That's my ego.
We're not
Fine,
at
I
our,
will. I will stay here.
we're not at our
I
full
agree with
strength.
you.
Didn't we have
Right.
like 3 days journey to get to the City of Skulls?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I am
Okay.
studying the book.
Yeah. What do we got here? I'm rolling the wrong dice. Special Amarcian rolls, because I haven't done them in a while. Alright.
Alright.
There it is. Alright.
Death
So-
Storm.
Is it? Let's find out.
So we all travel together to a certain point, and then we stop, and you guys go forward, or we are here and
We
you
may
guys
have
go
days to travel, so at the very least, we're gonna
forward. Yes.
we gotta pull up at least like half a day's ride if we do it that way.
Yeah, we've got downtime and stuff.
I can use my horse.
You have my
For sure.
horse.
Halifax is yours.
I have your brother. Yeah.
Oh, I wish we could high five still.
Can pretend. It's not the same.
Air high five.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. COVID stick needs a hand on the end of it.
Slap people with the COVID stick.
Call it a high 19 now. It's
A
not
high
fun.
6.
Right.
It's not fun.
A high 6.
Sorry.
It's not a high 5 anymore, it's a high 6. It's not the same.
Alright.
Plot thickens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a quick look at this. It looks like the first
Sorry.
day of your journey is overcast. The clouds are a bit heavy. The rain never falls, but it adds kind of a solemn presence to your journey as you ride up the carriage in your steeds across the flat open plains of this part of Rodmalak, northern Rodmalak.
So can you laser beam? I think it's right way over there, right?
Uh-oh. We're down
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Diane?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is going to be
Blinking.
the City of Skulls in
You're
here.
in this area.
So are we along the river?
No, you pass by the river. Your battle with the elves took place 500 feet from the river.
That's right.
You're now in Rodmalak area.
Just
River behind you.
while these days are going by, and I'm just like doing whatever, I am going to try to concentrate. I don't know if it'll ever work, but if it doesn't, no big deal. But this is what Nakma's going to do. He's going to concentrate on trying to somehow mentally feel his brother, since he is like not the same person.
Are you reaching out with the force?
I'm trying to use the force.
Fuck yeah. Do it.
So
Trying to use the Minotaur
Roll a
brotherly
20.
love force.
got a
Dude,
20.
Got a 20.
Um,
Do it.
that's what I'm doing
Who needs
because
sending?
I feel that Vapar's
I can
involved,
Use
and
the
maybe, just maybe, there's like a 0.001% chance
Yeah, man, go for
I
it.
can speak to my dumbass brother.
I'm coming to kill you, brother.
Get you.
I'm gonna
I'm
finish
kidding.
it this time.
Okay, so
That's just what I'm doing. I'm just like,
roll percentile die then.
okay. $87.
87.
Mm-hmm.
Nakma, during this journey, he's probably riding his steed at this point, and you guys look over and you see Nakma just rubbing his temples.
Helm of telepathy on.
Does he have that on?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
He
he's
has
got-
one.
it's on.
Yeah, he's like adjusting the helmet telepathy.
It hurts my ear, my horns.
No.
The whole time, giving myself a headache. Bursting eye vessels.
As try as you might, you do not get contact with Opa.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
Tor-
Gotta try.
Taz sees him doing this, right?
yeah, of course, it's
We
very
were,
obvious.
we were out there talking. I know the orc doesn't ride the trolley. So,
Trolley.
yeah. I'm like,
That's what we're calling it now.
it's
We're calling it the trolley.
Nekma.
The small
That's my
train.
What are you doing to yourself there?
I feel I am just giving myself a real pain in my head. But I feel from the description my brother is tainted by this demon Vapar that keeps talking to me.
Oh, he most certainly
And
is.
I'm just trying to reach out. Maybe Vapar will hear and Opa will hear.
Would you like to see your brother, Nekma?
I would like to talk to him, honestly. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It will
See.
require you getting real comfortable with some things real fast, though.
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
dear.
I reach
Take your
into my
pants off.
cloak.
Oh, not my
You just
tail.
hear like a weird sound when I pull out
Mm.
one of my little starfishes. And
Oh,
it kind
shit.
of crawls over my hand, and I just sort of hold it out to you. I just put it on your cheek, and it just goes right into your eyeball. I cast scrying on Opa.
That is a percentile chance for it to succeed, correct?
No, they have a save if they're unwilling to be scryed upon by me. The
How would they know,
familiarity
really?
of the
I
target.
start with ascending and then ask,
Yeah.
is it cool?
How you doing?
Knock knock.
No, as the DM, I'm just
The
like,
familiarity of the target gives me pluses or minuses, right? So I barely know Opa, so I have a -2 to the roll when you make the save. But you have to beat my spell save DC, which is 19, and it's wisdom.
Oh.
Well, he failed.
Oh.
So you peer into an area, and there is dim light coming from dozens of candles in a stone chamber. You're looking at the stone, and you begin to realize that it is not stone whatsoever. It is actually something like stone, but it has faces in it of sorts. And as you the scrying adjusts for the lighting, you see that the walls themselves are actually built out of bone. There's skulls in arches. There's a candelabra built out of the backbone of creatures, candles within the eyes, and empty skulls of humanoids and various creatures hanging from somewhere up above a minotaur who kneels down on tiles made out of bone meal, packed kind of almost bone-like porcelain tiles. And as he's kneeling on here, you see that he has the most sinister-looking edged weapon, a twisted sword of immense power, and he's just running a piece of coral across his blade. He stops. Goes back to sharpening the blade.
He kind of felt it. He felt it.
Yeah,
Nakma is still young teenage minotaur, so he feels like he felt him instead of just the spell.
yeah, you can.
Present, Tess. He felt me. He looked around. He felt me. There's still hope.
I just sort of like hold my hand up to Nakma's face for a minute, and just like first you see like 1, then 2, then 3 tiny little tentacles just like slip out from under his eyelid. I grab my little starfish and put him back in the thing. What did you see, Nakma?
Kneeling in a room of bone, sharpening the most magnificent weapon.
A magnificent weapon.
For a weapon, it was beautiful.
Could you describe it? Come, hurry, while it's fresh in your mind. And I like grab Nakma and I drag him into the carriage. And I'm like, Cormac, grab your quill. Grab your ink and quill.
already
Nakma,
out.
describe it to him.
What exactly was it?
Describe it to him.
I don't remember.
Oh, shit. Well, just weren't quick enough, Tess.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a twisted sword.
The blade itself was twisted.
Twisted. And he was sharpening it. And I wish I could have seen the real look in his eye. But I felt. He felt me there.
Well, as unique as our friend Mooney's blade is, I thought perhaps you had recognized or heard of one in history. But it appears as if Nakma wasn't able to catch the description
Sorry,
in
my friend.
time. It's fine. The
It wasn't the weapon I was focused on.
my little friends can be a little disconcerting, hard to get used to. And they
Absolutely.
show you things that we were never meant to see. Yeah. So that's day 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day 1 ends with cloud
Thanks,
covering. You stop. You are at the base of the hills, and you camp for the night. As you are kind of holed up and staying warm on the inside of your carriage, you hear throughout the night that a storm rolls in. It wakes you throughout the night. You stop, concerned for what could be, but you look out and you see that it appears to be a natural storm, although a very powerful one that comes in from the coast. The wind is blowing and you can feel the carriage rocking into motion. Your driver is like, "No, Marm, no, I didn't take the marmalade." Oh, yeah. Not again, no. What sucks? What sucks? He has a strange nightmare. He wakes up, thank the gods, I'm all right.
I just like deadpan. I'm like, we told you to stop sleeping outside, Alan.
Right.
Right, my lord. Sorry about that. You wake up the next day. The horse is kind of sheltered next to the carriage. Alan is inside with you. You guys you're forced to spend the majority of the day inside your wagon as it's too treacherous. You see Corgrim out there actually, like as the storm is going on, he is out and about and seems to be setting up pythons. He has pythons, literally taking pythons from the supplies that he had left and is driving them into the ground and like just looking up into the sky. Lightning streaks, crashes against the sky. He doesn't flinch at all. And he goes about and drives more pythons into the ground and does this for a while. None of the lightning ever strikes the ground nor in your area, but the wind and the rain is fierce, and after a while he gives up and retreats to the shelter of underneath the wagon, where it seems that you look and you see that he's kind of set up a little bit of a lean-to underneath. But otherwise it's too treacherous to travel in this weather for fear of your steeds and their health. So you lose a day.
On that note, the steed, my horse, I will try to have him lay down for most of the storm as possible. He's a slightly trained war horse.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't do that. You can go roll an animal handling now and see if maybe he does. But
You got this,
like he definitely doesn't want to do that.
Gotcha. Fuck, 7. Wait.
Get a headbutt.
Did you just check your saving throw?
Because I have a +1 to all
No,
saving
animal
throws.
handling.
Yeah. It's +1 to all saving throws.
It's not a saving.
No, it's not.
throw,
There, it's
a
7.
check.
It's 7.
Yeah.
It's 7.
Animal handling. Yes. Your horse definitely does not do that.
Yeah. I try.
It has a moment.
Stubborn
It's
beast.
freaking out. The horses themselves, you have them tethered. They stay close to the shelter. Snack, on the other hand, is losing his mind and he's pawing at the carriage, trying to
Get to Mooney.
Yeah,
He wants his buddy.
you believe so?
Somebody feed him. Feed him. I'll feed him.
He's being fed. He's
Okay.
definitely being fed. But kind of anxious. You see that Snack is not feeling great. A lot of anxiety in
Try
the
to
poor
pet him.
creature as the lightning and everything keeps going on.
So-
But strangely, one more thing happens during this particular storm. As it's getting late in the day and everybody has been inside. Cormac has been probably regaling you with tales of history, and you're doing whatever you can to pass the time and make the day go by quicker. And you kind of hear the sound of what you thought was Snack, but then you see Snack on the other side of the carriage, and you look out, and there is a creature out in the storm. It is a giant crocodile.
Oh, shit. What?
But here you are at the foot of the mountain, not a river within
swamp.
miles. It's all plains from
I
here.
know, there's no crocodile.
It's the occasional bit of farmland and winery, grape fields, but mostly just open plains and light forest. And this crocodile has absolutely no business being here.
No, it doesn't.
But there it is, out in the storm.
So Taz is over the
Who
stovetop,
sees it
making
first?
some food, and he looks up out the window, and he's like, "Oh God, damn it!
Who sees the crocodile first?
Balthazar.
God
right.
damn it! I'll be right back." And I slam out the door, right? I open it, close it.
Wind and rain coming
Yeah.
at you sideways,
Right.
lightning streaks across the sky.
Hey, you! God, where's your bloody master at? I know he's around here somewhere. Hey!
The crocodile turns to you, his mouth just opens.
Shit, you're pissed.
Yeah. It turns and starts moving away from you, and it leaves all of you behind.
God damn it. I think he wants us to follow. Oh shit. And I walk
Roll
back
myself?
to the trolley, and I'm like, guys, I think the crocodile wants us to follow it.
On foot.
Us.
Can we follow it in the trolley?
In the storm?
The storm is a very powerful storm, and creatures that travel in it suffer quite a few effects, such as with the way that the rain is coming down and everything. For a deadly storm,
Jesus.
Deadly storm.
yeah, it's considered a deadly storm. Your travel distance is cut down by a
96.
quarter. Traveling long distances is life-threatening. The area is heavily obscured beyond 30 feet. And for every hour that you travel, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay,
So we're
So
in-
we're just gonna chill.
I'm like, you know what? Hang on. And I like start respectfully, but brusquely, ruffling through Mooney's things, and I'm like, where is it? God damn it! Where? It's got to be here. I know it's here. I'm like, ah, here it is. And I hold up the magic 8-ball,
Oh, yes.
and I'm like, is following that God's be damned crocodile a good idea?
You see Balthazar in the rain, a vision of yourself coming at you sideways, trudging forward.
It's kind of like a Final Fantasy X too.
Yeah,
Trying to get
for
past the
real.
landing shrine.
And so I'm like,
Final Destination.
Nakma, how did you
shit
say you
there,
liked
man.
your eggs? And I just go
Oh,
straight
boy.
back to cooking.
Scrambled.
The day passes, the night passes, you wake up the next day, the storm has moved on quite a bit. Corgrim is out early recovering pythons, as you can see, and as you gather your things up, things are looking up.
Did the 8-ball actually work right for the first time on our benefit?
It works right quite a few times.
Moody
used
just
it
doesn't
like
ask the
augury
right
that time.
answer or questions.
It answers questions.
I love that. That was great.
So, but the best thing about it is that there's not a cloud in sight.
Nice.
It's bright. It's sun's down. It's actually feeling warm again. Everything's drying out. The horses appear to be in good spirits.
I look at
Corgrim
the
starts
sky.
the day with gentle repose, and you move along your way. And
Is it clear in the early morning?
Yeah.
Sunrises.
oh yeah, it's a
I
nice
look at
cold
the
brisk
sky.
morning, but it warms up pretty quickly.
When you say it like that, it sounds like he's doing yoga.
Well, that's his daily routine. They always look at the sky first. They look at
The gentle repose. You're on a mountain path. You're going up into the hills. Goes back and forth. A lot of switchbacks. It's actually a little bit disorienting as you travel this way. Corgrim reveals that there is like certain places where you have to go off of the trail to find a new trail, and
Okay.
it's tedious. It slows you down.
That sounds
Right.
deep, my
That
lord.
makes sense.
My lords,
Some trails
Something-
are traveled.
something in the way.
Move
Up
it.
there, my lord. And you see that Alent is pointing out towards a wagon, which looks like it has fallen from a higher ledge down a path. You see that riders and the steed
Didn't make
definitely
it.
did not make it.
Sandra, go check it out.
Owl over there checks out the area. Humanoid, you see that one of them is a drow, the other one human. They have a modest wagon loaded up with supplies from what it looks like, and pulled by just a basic workhorse, though you can see up on the ledge the path of destruction left by the wagon falling down, smashing branches and trampling brush. It crashed down on this trail here. The occupants nor the steed survived.
None of them made it.
They're mangled.
How far did
And-
they fall?
It's about 150 feet
Oh.
down the slope.
Wow.
As the whole carriage had traveled down, you see that they had taken quite a bit of damage from themselves, and just
Right.
it was too much for them. It was a lethal fall. But
Right.
through the wreckage and what you see, what's not absolutely destroyed from the rain and everything else, a quick search reveals that there is a treasure chest that actually, not so much a treasure chest, but like a coffer for merchants that had fallen upon the road. And you're the first to discover as gold coins litter the ground in front of you, in front of the dead
Collect it
bodies.
all.
That was a random encounter.
Yeah, somebody pointed out that I had been neglecting to do my random encounters, and so I'm like getting back into it
Right.
because it's a part of a Marth.
We'll put all in our handy little gold coin magnet picker-upper.
Our handy haversack.
Yeah, you do not have gold
Sweep it all
coin
up.
magnet.
Yeah, it's called Alent.
Come on, my lord.
Gold coins.
I will take care of it, my lord. I'll pick up all of the gold coins and even clean the blood off for you.
That's okay.
Can he go through the ground?
What?
Can Alan go through the ground like an elemental?
See if there's any letters or anything that would indicate who these people are.
Yes. Yes. For credentials, exactly. That's my thoughts.
Well, I kid, but honestly, if this gold belongs to someone and it should go to them, then we should get it to them.
You're so honest.
This gold is going to go.
I got
for
that right? You
raising
are
our
very
friend.
honest.
Honest for a warlock.
I mean, I am straightforward when it comes to solving my problems, if that's what you mean.
Nekma
Yes.
Let's go search
and
the
Balthazar
Let's go. Yeah.
and Cormac.
Yes.
Three of you. I would like each one of you to make a roll.
Okay. Which die?
Give me a second.
I
I'm
have a
gonna tell you.
table. What the?
What the?
Percentile?
What the?
I'm gonna tell you in just a second.
I'll take the roll of cook.
You can't cook.
What will you play,
This is for
Cormac?
you.
A werewolf.
Yes.
Yes, a percentile die.
Wow. 92.
92.
Ooh, yeah.
100.
Bring the
Cormac,
100, man.
Alent hands to you a spell scroll.
29.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
29.
20.
Wait.
It is a spell scroll of
Do I need to roll again?
Magic
nope,
missile.
Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Balthazar,
12.
a 12. You find a potion of greater healing.
Hey, now.
Nakma,
29.
29. Nakma, Alent brings to you a potion of clairvoyance.
Oh shit. Dude, you can get your brother now again.
I could if I wanted, huh?
Okay. Aside from that, he also recovers 370 gold.
Damn. Taking Cormac's suggestion, I mean, we look around for any letters, anything that would
Yes.
show us who this belonged to.
It's just a ledger. Apparently, they were adventurous
Hardware
traders
still.
who had decided that they were going to try to make their money from the City of Skulls. They sold most of everything that they had. They were traveling back with empty boxes and mostly some food. Although everything that they had brought with them happens to unfortunately be things that are damaged quite easily by water. There were some bits and pieces of paintings and art and stuff like that and spices, but the crash destroyed all of it.
Gotcha.
You managed to recover a couple of potions, the spell scroll, and the gold.
Very lucky for the pots to
Right.
survive.
Yeah, but that's about it. Nobody's able to find anything else. On the final day of your journey,
How much gold?
370.
Nice.
You right
Did you write it down or something? Because I'll get it.
final day of your journey, the rain returns. It's another wet,
on, buddy.
hard trek up the mountain. You manage to get further up into the
I wrote
heights.
it down.
You kind of, at some point, Corgrim points to a peak and is like,
Beyond that, the City of Skulls. It is a hard push from here.
and indeed it's very difficult because throughout the entire time, Nakma and Corgrim themselves have to get out constantly in order to push the wagon past large rocks, potholes, things like that. It's not a very well-worn trail and it's hard to get up, but you manage to get throughout most of it. The only thing that really stops you is as you are about an hour away from sunset, as well as an hour away from reaching the City of Skulls, you come to an area where you hear the sounds of shouting, cheering, people making all kinds of noise as...
Does this sound like a fight?
It sounds like a fight, but it also sounds like people cheering on the fight.
Of course.
It's...
Kick him in the head!
Yeah, something like that. It's definitely a fight.
That's how they do it. No biting!
How much farther from the city are we, Corgrim?
It's an hour. It sounds like we'll pass whatever that noise is.
Let's go quietly.
Well, I'd like to know what that noise is. We can keep on going, but I'm gonna, send them out.
Familiars are awesome.
Okay. Familiars
Spies.
take to the air, scout the area ahead of you, and as they are doing so, you see that there is a circle, a clearing, a rocky outcrop, and people all around. They stand all in a circle around as two people are armed pretty well, armor, but you can tell that it's nothing special. These are not what you would call trained champions, powerful warriors or anything. It appears almost as if peasants who have donned armor and scraps, and they are out here clubbing at one another, beating each other as the
Fight
people
Club.
around them cheer. You see that as the fight finishes, one of the gold is exchanged, and people are in good
Cool.
spirits. And even though one person clearly lost the bout, they both stand up and shake hands, and then a new armored combatant enters the area.
Nice.
They also happen to be right along the path that you have to take.
Okay.
Of course they are.
It appears it's some sort of sport. But we will have to either navigate around or, I don't know, stop and find out.
Well, I'm just thinking that
Me too.
Uh-oh.
since they seem to be of the betting type, perhaps we could place a wager. We could bet that our best can beat their best, and if we win, safe passage.
I bet it's just like really simple. You just have to like ask them, and they'll be like, "Yeah, sure, come on."
Come
Sorry,
on,
man. It's just
dude.
like basketball, you know. Card.
And of course, a tidy sum of gold on top of it all.
Do you want to do it straight up or do you want help?
Is that what we're doing? You want me to go fight? I can fight. Let's do this. For
You-
fun.
I'm sure
It's
you're
fun.
bored. It's been 3 days in this cot.
Yeah, I got a headache too. My eye itches. Bright, it's a bit bruised. What the hell? What do Minotaurs do best? The fight.
Maybe they won't be interested in the fight.
They're weak humans anyway.
Perhaps not.
Carriage rolls up. You get up the hill a little bit further and around.
The
Corgan
one
helping
horse
to
is
push
helping,
things.
tied up to the other horse, dragging also.
Sure. You get around the corner and then approach the clearing, the rocky outcropping, and you see all of the fighters there, and one of them kind of turns, and then they all just kind of stop.
Because the celebrities just showed up, man.
My, what a group of fine men we have here.
Black
You
Lotus.
see that the crowd kind of parts a little bit. There are two men there, each one beaten, bloody. They're completely unarmored. These two appear to have been fist fighting the entire time. One of them's got blood down the nose, a black eye. The other one is feeling around at a missing tooth now. They look at you, blood on their tunics.
Taz just walks right up, very congenial
You
air
get out
about
first?
him, and he's like, "Wow, look at you, magnificent, beaten, bruised, and bloody man. How are you?" I walk up and I slip a coin in his pocket as I walk by him and pat him on the chest. And you, what a fine combatant you are! Look at the magnificent beating that you've taken. My God, I'd say you have at least what? And I gently kind of poke at his ribs. 1, 2 broken ribs there, my man? Yeah, for your troubles. And I slip him a couple gold coins, too. And I'm like, tell me, gentlemen, what's the occasion? What's happening here?
You're the only one that got out of the carriage, right? Nobody
6
else
people
has.
surprise attack. Alan is holding the crossbow like this.
And I join Mooney in bed.
The two of them are standing there and they kind of look at each other a little bit. And then they look back at you. My name's Robert. This is Edward. And we ain't gonna talk about it.
Robert, Edward.
Oh my god.
Robert, Edward, have a little disagreement, did we, gentlemen?
No, we agree to everything. Everything here is looking good.
It's just turned out to actually be one person.
I think it's time for you to be on your way, though. This here's an exclusive club, and you're not invited.
We won't talk about it.
Very well. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, me and my friends would just like to move through this area. And if it's all the same to you, then we'll be going on and doing that now.
All right. How about then you go right on ahead and do about that then.
Do about that.
Okay.
Oh,
We're doing that right now, currently.
Have a good day.
My friends and I are moving along right now with my friends and me.
People all around you
Insight
just watch.
check.
Move out of the way.
These guys are gonna let
They're
us go
blocking
by.
the road.
They're not blocking the road.
Okay.
Okay.
Balthazar just wandered into the middle of like the fight ring
guys.
and slips coin into pockets.
The people fighting.
Just making sure people
Stops the
know
fight.
Mm-hmm.
that we're passing through
And we're friendly.
and we're friendly. Like the very friendly looking gentleman here says. Look over at Corey. Have a great whatever this is.
Pop, pop, pop.
You know, I don't think you could have taken him.
You get back in the
No
wagon
bark, no
and
bite.
the journey continues.
They were small.
This guy like snaps his neck and he's just like, I'm gonna break
They
him
were
down.
tiny, Taz.
Honestly, if you had decided to fight them, I was going to do one of my rousing little speeches.
I love it.
Give them a little extra oomph, just so you had something to swing at, you know?
It's a challenge. I like that. Sometimes the meek need a boost.
That's Minthios talk. That's what got your people in the trouble they're in now with the Cyclopean hordes. You're not supposed to call other people meat.
Meek.
Oh,
Meek.
my fault. Sorry.
Here, have a pine cone. Clean out your ears.
Pine cone.
The rain continues once again. It starts to pour down even harder than before,
Full spike.
but not before you approach the
Earwigs.
city of skulls. Your wagon pulls into the muddy streets of a mountain refuge of various races of people. Everything that doesn't appear human basically makes its home here. You do see Dragonborn, you do see Minotaur, but there's also a very large number of orc, revenants, there's a large number of kobolds and goblins, and other strange creatures that you haven't quite exactly encountered yet. And they all dwell here. Bugbear walking the streets. And as you look about, Corgrim starts to step up in front of everyone, grabs the reins of one of the horses and says,
This way. Keep your heads down. Nakmo stays inside.
Yep. Close the curtain.
hood up over his head.
I have to be careful here too, right? Or are humans allowed here? Or what?
There are humans.
Did
Okay.
you tell him for the
There's the occasional human, but the way that they dress, everything about them, makes you think bandit, thug, cutthroat, traveler, outcast, forsworn, sort of Vistani types, all kinds of people who just don't have a place in normal society. The outcasts.
It's architecture. It's fantastic. It's rustic, but it must be so strong because so many people come in and out of here and fight all the time, and it's fantastic. I've never seen anything like it.
He's like drawing a sketch of a shed.
Pictures.
It's been
awesome.
standing for hundreds of years.
But it's
Glad
it's
you're
also
enjoying yourself,
sun.
Cormac.
This is
At
fantastic.
this point, the sun has really begun to set, and it's hard to see from all the rain. You're not able to take in the full sights of the city, although you believe that this 100% to be a city. There's so many people here for such a remote, out-of-the-way place. It's kind of surprising and astounding. And so Corgrim leads you to an area, and through some back areas, alleys, dark corners, sort of leading the carriage quietly through the hushed streets of the city of Skulls before finally settling upon a building which doesn't look like it has any right to be standing. The bottom half of the building, 2 floors of it lean to the right. The next 2 floors up above it lean to the left. And it looks, you can even see that they have just, somebody at some point took some very large timbers and shored up the sides of it so that it doesn't cave in on itself. And it looks as if it should have fallen over a decade ago. Yet it still stands, and there are people inside. You hear the sound of people talking, and you smell the scent of food. It must be an inn.
My God, I could retire in this place as a bricklayer.
Smells good up there.
I could make a fortune
Only
just building houses.
Fortunes. You won't stand longer on these parts.
Nobody
The second
kills
you
the
become
house.
anything more than what you are, they will take you down.
Well, I suppose you're right there, Cormac.
staying concealed in the wagon.
Great risk, great reward.
Alan. Tell them guys we need to stable this carriage and these horses.
Stable the carriage? Is that a thing?
No, not really.
I didn't think so.
You can stable the horses.
Yes, you
You can stable the horses.
can. You can put a carriage in a barn.
Oh,
I mean, I suppose. Do we see any barns? Are there any barns? Barns?
Barns.
Yes.
Stables.
Like, I'm back here, and I'm like, the mask and everything. I'm like,
Stables.
are there any balls? Balls? Where are the balls?
Where are the
at?
barns, my good man? Produce the barns!
What?
Stable. That can.
No, not so much. You can see that there is a hitching post out front. There is a trough. It's full of like
Yeah, that would.
kind of a gross water. It doesn't look very clean, but it's a trough. And there are a few different beasts that are hitched up outside. As your carriage pulls up onto this area, you start to see figures also kind of on the outskirts, away from the light of this tavern. You see the sign now. You see that it says Botham's Scarlet Prince.
I'm gonna dim the lights in the inside the carriage, not to
The oil
reveal my
lamps.
silhouette.
And
I'll put my hood on.
as it kind of comes up to the side, Corgrim brings the carriage to the side of this place, and there is the hitching posts nearby.
The beasts should be fine for the night. Assuming that they don't get too hungry.
And he looks out across the area, and you begin to see lizard folk emerging from the shadows a little bit. And they're dressed in various unusual bits of garments. You see that they have not only bright colors, but it looks as if all of their clothing is mismatched. To put it into real world terms, it looks like Goodwill threw up.
Beautiful.
And they just grabbed what came first and put stuff on. All kinds of different things. But one of them in particular, carrying a staff, catches your attention and kind of appears to be the leader of this. And brazenly, almost fearlessly, comes right up to the carriage. And you see that this lizard folk is painted. Their bright green hide is decorated with white paint to to outline their actual bones and skeletal structure.
Okay.
Their head, though scaled green, looks as if it is a skull. Their bones and ribs and everything showing, and they come up. They have a top hat on and strange goggles that are like missing a lens in one eye, and various other bits of attachments in haberdashery for all of the strange things that this person has collected. And they come right up to the carriage and they start scratching at the wood and timbers of your carriage.
I don't think I've ever seen Mooney behave this way, have I?
Absolutely not.
Gentlemen, can I assist you with something? As Taz steps out of the carriage.
Opening up the back door.
Taz, beef it up a little, man.
Hurry up and get out, close the door.
Hey, motherfuckers! What are you doing around my carriage?
You carry
Ugh.
lizard folk meat.
Gross.
He's not meat. He's a friend. And unless you can help us, I suggest you get your sniffers out of here.
No, I smell blood. I smell death.
Colgrim, your gentle repose spell isn't working very well.
It's working enough.
Well, put some heat on it, man.
I'm not gonna sit here.
You want me to heat Mooney?
You know what I
That'll
mean?
only drive these
Crank it up.
creatures into a feeding
These
frenzy.
lizard folk smell him. It shouldn't be happening.
My magic keeps him preserved. It doesn't stop the smell.
Get your head out of the elves, man.
Head out. You take that back.
Fine.
Take it back.
Have they seen me yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. I will, at this point, poke my head out. Perhaps it is me you are smelling.
No. Pipe tobacco and
Right.
apples.
It's in the tobacco, but yes.
And not meat for sale.
By your nature, you seem nefarious. There is no meat for sale here.
But there could be.
None of this
Their
meat
lucky
is for
day.
sale, Nakma.
Not in this carriage. But we could quickly put up a little
You
hut.
see that the creatures make eye contact with you. They all look around and they look to the one with the skeletal paintings and the top hat and broken goggles. And he pulls his broken goggles down.
We go.
This is
We
the
watch.
carriage you seek today.
We listen.
And he just eyes focused on yours.
What's your name?
Blinks like
Watch
one
and
eye.
listen.
Samede.
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 Samede watch. Samede listen. Samede wait.
I'm like, you need to go.
You
And
cast command.
no, I
Oh,
push him. But I'd like to use
That's a
sleight
good
of
way to
hand to
lose a
slip
hand.
one of my pins in his voluminous fold of Goodwill clothes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead
Rakma
and
stands up with the fact that Taz just pushed somebody. Lizard.
go ahead.
My human friend just pushed a lizard, so he stands up.
Roll your sleight of hand. As you
I'm
push
ready.
him, your hands come up against what looks to be some sort of a chest piece out of finger bones, porcupine quills, and various garnishments of
Shimon.
strange jewelry. And above all that, he's also wearing this really strange looking cloak. It's all gray, has brass buttons, and you see the unusual symbol on it of a flag from Earth, from the American Civil War.
wow.
What?
Yeah. He's wearing a flag from some sort of a soldier from quite a long time ago in the American Civil War. It's a gray
side?
coat, so you know what side it is without, you're
No.
like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. 12, 19.
Confederate soldiers.
Yeah, you sleight of hand that trinket in there.
Okay.
It was.
Without breaking eye contact, he only blinks like one of his eyelids on one side and then like the other one on the other, and he slinks back to the shadows with his staff of various bones. You see that it is decorated entirely out of bones of small animals and creatures, and they kind of just shirk back to the darkness. Alan's like, "Don't worry, my lord. If I could shoot one lizard folk, I could shoot another.
Keep your eyes steady, Alan.
Aye, my lord.
You may need to shoot these lizard folk.
Aye, my lord. Ain't no one going to touch our good friend Mooney."
That's right.
We shall see him arisen upon the morrow. Right, Corgrim?
Be quiet.
Yes, be quiet.
Aye, that's Orcish for, yes, my lord.
Very
Oh,
true.
it's not. Leave me alone. Is there any way to make that babbling monkey shut up?
Oh, somebody
Beat him.
tried once, my lord. Actually, I don't know what happened to them. I mean, they probably succeed. Anyways, he trails on for some time as you make your way into Botham's Scarlet Prince Tavern and Inn. You see the inside of the place is not a very lively area, but it is warm and dry, and they have a very large cauldron on the fire. A goblin on the other side of the counter sees you. I mean, you kind of see the goblin, and they wave to you. Oh, just go ahead, find a seat anywhere. Sit wherever you want.
It's a goblin voice.
Okay,
Let's go sit down.
let's go sit down with our backs to the wall.
So cantankerous.
I
You get-
strike up my pipe.
You get some odd looks from the people here, but you make your way in.
I start telling
I'm not there.
you're.
I'm in the carriage.
You don't want to come with us?
I thought I had to stay in the
Yeah,
carriage.
he did.
Oh, yes, you certainly do.
I start telling tales of Mooney's bravery for the next 10 minutes, rousing scenarios of times that Mooney was ever the hero, ending with the time that we saved the entire continent of, the entire city of Dragonsport, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And
From,
you are all
Apocalypse.
fortified with temporary hit points.
Which is your level? So 10 plus your modifier? Or what is it?
Pull that up, my man.
Should be 15, I think. By
It's
now.
quite a bit.
Just imagine like random people hearing this and it's like, you hear that? Blimey. Saved the whole Dragon's Boat.
Yeah.
I hated Dragonsport.
Yeah, right. I actually hate Dragon's Boat. You know what? That's always how it is, though. Like,
15.
Black Lotus, get him!
So Corgrim gets 15 temporary hit points.
Nice, dude.
I do, and Cormac does.
What's your radius with that?
30 feet.
You have to be able to hear it.
Are we in the cart or are we
wait, that's why we parked the cart right next to the
Yeah.
building.
And hey, Nakma, do you remember that time?
Slams the
You
wall.
guys open a window.
Yeah, it's the window to the cart and the window to the
It's
building.
a slider right behind Alan's head. Here's some nuts.
At least you guys get them.
Here's some water.
Can you imagine on an accident though, just like sliding and cutting?
Should we take a 10-minute break?
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a quick one. It's a good time.
And we can find out what happens in the morning as you guys rest at the tavern.
Oh, we're resting? Okay.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
call it.
We're back.
And we're back.
Oh, just
We
like
are
that.
back.
Just like that.
We're back.
We're back.
Hello.
We've been in a tavern. It's been great.
Yeah.
Rada.
Bothan's
Scarlet.
Bothan's Scarlet Prince
Yeah.
is the name of the tavern. And there's quite a few people in here, actually. It's not a very lively place, but it's a little crowded, actually. Among the unusual people that you see here, besides the occasional orc and the humans, you also spy in one corner someone who you believe to be a Cambion, much like the Cambion in Rodmalak that you had slain.
I look at the skull. It's still there.
Still there. You spy a doppelganger outside of their shapeshift.
Interesting.
In
They're
their
in their
normal form?
in their
That's cool.
natural form. They happen to be sitting and talking in hushed tones with a couple of Duergar, as well as at another table you see a circle of 6 drow who keep pointing suspiciously over to a table of goblins who are being manic and making a lot of noise for their table as they drink heavily. In one side, you see that a human appears to be striking out some kind of a deal with a very obvious hag. And there are Kenku who move from one side of the tavern to the other as if listening in on things in order to try to hear what they can hear and mimic what they can mimic. And one very, very serpent-looking woman in another corner who just watches everyone.
Sunday, every Sunday.
As for the barkeep, you're not really sure which one's the barkeep. There's a couple of goblins in the back, but then there is one bugbear with their very long arms who happens to be serving the drinks, reaching things way up high and handing them to goblins. You suspect that the barkeep itself, that Bothan, is the bugbear, and the goblins, they're serving stuff.
Nice.
You're able to spend the night. The rooms are modest and cheap. It's a gold per room if you wanted it. Your meals are simple. You can see that Bothan's serves something known as... it has a few different names depending on where you go, but it's basically called the Eternal Stew or the Never-Ending Stew. And it's a type of fare where the fire is always going,
Oh my god.
day or night. Water is... or whatever else is always added to the stew, and it's always kept above 144 degrees, and it never goes out. When it starts to get empty, they just dump something new in it.
It's like an Olive Garden.
Sure.
Yeah.
Southern California.
A lot of people might just call it old-fashioned brown. Sometimes they add barley, sometimes they add meat. If vegetables happen to come into the town and are not withered and wilted, or even if they are, they might even throw that in. You never know what's going to be in the Eternal Stew, but
Unwanted vegetables.
yeah, it's always something, and it's always hot.
Gross.
That looks delicious. Is it delicious?
Oh, gross.
144
Honestly,
degrees.
it's not
oh my
bad.
God.
Excellent.
It's lukewarm, but it's delicious.
144 degrees is
No, a little higher.
Is it?
Yeah, 155.
I think I remember reading 144.
What kills bacteria?
It's going to be at least 150.
It's
I don't
like
think
just
that's
hot
on
enough. It's just hot enough that it's not growing anything.
Sure.
Just hot enough.
The guts will do the rest, my man.
It's warm enough to chug.
Every time I stop stirring it, there's like a giant skin over the top
Oh, yeah.
of it.
That's what makes it thick.
Oh,
That's what
God.
gives it thickness.
That's an extra 2 bits. Are you kidding me?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
The
I'll
crust.
slop that right on.
Some people pay
Cockroach
extra
goes
to
by.
get that skin on the top. He
Yes,
pulls
they
up the
do.
spoon and it's dripping and hanging off of it.
People
Oh, yeah.
do.
Delicious.
Especially on split pea soup. They'll love it.
Gross.
So, you rest for the night, I assume, and as day breaks, you make your way back down or back
At some
out
point
of the
during the
carriage.
night, before a like short rest scenario, Taz wakes up
Yes.
probably around midnight, maybe 1, and I grab one of my tentacle creatures and put it into my own eye, and I'm like, "Show me my coin."
No.
And I want to spy on this lizard dude, make sure he's not fucking with Alan and whatever else.
Well, I'm out there.
Yeah, I know, but he
We're
could
good.
be plotting on us, man.
Do you sleep like
Don't
that?
fucking
Right?
plot on the Black Lotus. That's how you get your ass kicked.
While he's
So-
doing that, I left my owl in the cart. Is this place open 24 hours?
More or less.
I never leave the inn.
Yeah.
I never leave the restaurant. I just sit there and meditate and read books and shit.
You see,
Taking it all in.
You see that Alan sits there for a while before he finally bundles up with a blanket late at night and like he's out. But the lizard folk always kind of maintain a perimeter.
Oh, jeez.
And as you wake up in the
Watching.
morning and you scry on this one, you see that he's actually just watching the carriage closely from one eye, and then changes focus to the other. Kind of like stops where he is, and he gets down low on his belly and like squirms a little. And none of the city is paved; it's all mud and dirt. And so as he does this, he's just like up to his eyes.
Right.
Hungry
Right.
eyes.
It's just this dirty, filthy coat and a top hat and a pair of eyes up out of the mud as they watch.
So I go back to sleep for the next 4 hours.
Location is hell in this box.
That's a short rest, right?
An hour is a short
Or an
rest.
hour. Well, yeah. So I go back to sleep until about sunrise.
Yeah, we sleep.
Wake up and collect everybody. Go downstairs where Cormac is. Is Corgram already down there?
No, you don't see him.
Cormac, I'm sure you've seen them. I think those lizard men are going to become a problem at some point.
Well, we're pretty good at dealing with problems.
Yeah, there's quite a few problems out there.
Maybe we can just find them some meat.
So, well, that's a good point. Snack. No, I mean, is snack okay? But besides
cart.
that, what about you?
I don't know. What did I observe?
I know it's important that we bring Mooney back, but is there anything that you need here besides this diamond?
Oh, I've been studying the spell books that we found. There's quite a number of spells in here that I'd like to keep.
Oh,
In order to do it successfully, I'm going to have to write pages and pages and pages of formula and cast these spells over and over again, and it's going to be very expensive.
we have?
So I need, when we get this diamond, I need to buy more reagents.
Okay. Well, I guess it's time that we locate our erstwhile guide. I know he doesn't like the inside, so maybe he's already out there. I'm gonna go out to the trolley and check on Nakmon, see if Corcoran is out there.
Yeah.
Go with you.
You step out, looking around, you see Snack is fine. Your horses are good. Your wagon is untampered with. Alent is awake and kind of eating a bowl of brown and looking about.
It's so gross.
You don't see any sign of Corgrim. But you don't look long before you find him coming around the corner. And he has, leaning on kind of a walking staff at this point, but you see that he has come back with what looks to be a breastplate and is trying to conceal everything underneath a very thick black wool cloak, and seems to have gathered up some armaments and belongings of his. Or something. He's comes back with
Gearing
new
up.
equipment.
He's gearing up.
I know a place. They're ready for you. Do you have the coin for the diamond?
We do.
Good. They won't do this for free.
Okay. Let's go. I'd like to. Can we take the trolley?
We can do that. Come with me. Keep your heads down. Keep your Minotaur inside.
Okay. Starting to get a
So
little nervous here. Is what Taz is thinking.
You seem tense. Hold on to that.
You know, it always helps when you tell us those stories again.
could. I suppose Nakmon didn't get to hear them. Hey Nakmon, do you remember the time
Did you open
that...
the door and come in the carriage?
I think so.
Yeah.
So as you do that, you see Nakma sitting there with a box that was from Mooney. And he's opening this box. And I'm looking inside it.
Inside the box is the pair of bracers that were given to me, the bracers of the Kinsai.
Yes.
What you got there, buddy? Mooney's braces? What? Did he leave them for you?
I feel so. They're marked to me.
He wrote you a letter? Can you read it?
Says, here, take
Yeah.
these, Nakma.
It says Nakma. Take these. That's it. Like he premeditated this little note.
As if he knew he was going to be
I
leaving
don't
us.
understand that. Very confusing.
Well, when I
I
spoke
want
to
my
his
friend back.
when I spoke to his spirit, he was unsure whether or not he wanted to return.
He must come back, Taz. The Drake is a part of the Black Lotus.
He is. And I talk about all the times that Mooney did kick-ass shit for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. For real, that's what we do.
And I give everybody
I put the
temporary hit points
and
for
I
this
put the
day.
bracers on.
That was the first time he bit somebody's butt.
Yeah.
Corgrim leads you through the streets of the City of Skulls, and before you finally get to an area which is one of the more stone fortified buildings, but it's not much. It would pass as the most basic. It doesn't even look like a church, actually. He takes you to what appears to be some sort of a graveyard, although you can see that many of the graves are just defiled. This is actually more of a mausoleum. And as you look at the mausoleum, he comes to the gate and opens it up. The iron gate on its hinges as it opens, and he takes a torch from a sconce and begins descending into the dark depths of this mausoleum. Stops only long enough to look over his shoulder to see if anybody is following.
I would also like to look and see if anyone is following.
Balthazar, you catch up to Corgrim, and as soon as he sees that you are on your way, he starts making his way down. As you look about to see if anyone is following, you look at your companions, and you see that the wagon is open. Corgrim says,
The Menite War can make it down here. It's secluded enough. Let them know. You have to bring Mooney down here.
Okay. Can we do this discreetly? From what, like how?
you don't see anyone around. This
Okay.
place is it looks to be largely unpopulated. Sort of an interior graveyard of some sort, but when I say the graves look like they've been desecrated, it mostly looks like necromancers have had a heyday with what's been here.
Okay.
And
I'm just
Nice.
imagining like a really happy necromancer. With me friends!
It's like a necromantic flop house. Yeah, that's a right.
that's what we call a necrodancer.
Yeah,
Oh.
necro dancer. Do I see any of these lizard folk around?
Yeah, they're there. They've been following.
How
Good.
many, if I had to guess?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen. Okay.
Do you tell me this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I warn you. Plus, you would have seen them.
No,
the
I'm
night
like trying to
before.
stay like not peeking out windows. It's really hard
Gotcha.
for Nakma to not do
The lizard folk do not work for the cult of Bune.
Cult of Bune.
Pay no attention to them.
Well, hopefully those aren't famous last words. Let's do this as quickly as possible. Nekma, will you help?
Of course.
And we get Mooney down
I'll just carry him.
into the mausoleum.
Yeah. You step out, Mooney, in your arms. As you step away from the carriage, the lizard folk all kind of like go into a little bit of a fit of excitement. You see them move around, and like they're all looking.
You hear them,
Yeah, you just feel like the clicking jaws, you know.
hear 'em hissing and shit, and scratching the ground.
Yeah, they rattle
Flopping
bones. They
their
make
tails.
noises. They watch. They blink frantically. You see forked tongues emerge from their mouths as they taste the
Chatter.
air. Yeah, and they're visibly excited about this.
I stare at them
They stare back,
uncomfortably.
making more
I don't
noises.
like you.
As you just begin descending into the mausoleum, I assume Cormac, along with all of you.
I leave the undead at the cart.
And Alan stays up. I'll watch the cart, my lord.
Alent, you may need to seek deep into your inner self. Prepare yourself.
Aye, my lord. Deep words indeed.
I summon Mr. White and reach into Mooney's pack once more and pull out the 6 pieces of magical ammunition that are like normal sized. And it's like 6, like a bundle of 6 arrows in my hand, and I hand it to Mr. White, and as I hand it to him, they just like shrink in size down to the proper size for him. And I'm like, here, my friend, you may need these.
Alright. And so you descend into darkness.
Yep.
I leave the Volpertinger in the carriage, ethereal, and I tell my pseudo-dragon to stay invisible and fly above the trolley. Warn me of any danger.
Yeah, even Alan, our driver.
You get down to the bottom. You see, as you were standing down here, that there is another orc, but this one, a woman. She appears to be dressed in very different clothing, more along the lines of an acolyte of some sort, much less than a cleric of some sort of martial prowess. And you see that she is decorated in bone of all different sorts. And she looks at you.
These are the ones, Corgadim. These are your new friends. Indeed. They saved my life. Honor demands that I repay it. Can you help them? I shall see to it, Corgadim. I shall see to it.
She stands up more into the light, and you see, as your eyes adjust to the very many black candles around everywhere, that she's much older, much older, especially for an orc. Knowing that a lot of orcs usually prefer to die in combat, this particular orc looks like she's pushing 70 and very weathered.
Bring him in close. I must see the body. Who is your friend? Tell me his name.
Is there a place to place him?
There is a stone bier surrounded by black candles. You see that there are many sort of sacraments that are offered of some sort of religious ceremony here. All kinds of fetishes and totems, strange things, bones, jawbones of humanoids, other creatures, animal skins, jars of who knows what, putrid and discolored in all kinds of unusual fluids sitting upon the walls, and the very bodies of the people whose mausoleum that this belongs to, but are decorated and wrapped up, almost painted ceremoniously, as if they were here to bear mute witness to what is about to transpire.
Any, like, comfortable furniture?
No.
Nakmo wants to laugh.
Not me, man.
Place him
Put my
upon,
boy on top of that sacrificial altar if
place
there's
him
couch
upon,
over there.
place him upon the beer.
Looking for a posturpedic, man.
You guys brought my sword with you, right?
All your stuff, your body is still stacked with your
All your stuff is still
You got a
on
scabbard,
you.
don't you?
Yeah.
It's probably in there.
How do you scabbard that thing? No.
You don't.
It's not on fire.
No, but
Yes,
it's
you're
literally like 2 blades.
Yes, your sword is on you.
placed on your chest. We keep it
We'll
with
talk
you.
about that later. There's a way to do it.
There is. There is.
I've seen it.
Like an axe.
Yeah, so
So I'll just comfortably place our friend, the Drake, where I assume he should be.
She
I don't like that spot, but I'll
she
put it
gets
there.
right up to the
on
body
the floor.
as the Drake
Not
is
the
lying.
floor.
It's basically the floor. As the Drake is lying on his stone bier, there's all kinds
A
of
foot
things
above the
scattered
floor, I'm
about.
okay
You see
with it.
bowls of unusual
It's held up
fluids
by
and
bricks.
chemicals and
In a board.
strange
Sorry.
mixtures and poultices. She gets up to Mooney as he's lying on this thing and like puts one leg over and sits on his chest, almost like basically straddling over him as she looks at him, pulls his eyes open, wipes around touches his eye,
Right.
head back, jaws open. He is not too far gone. Still linked to the spirit he is. The coin, the gold. Do you have the gold for the diamond?
Yes, let me just, you have that on you?
Here's 370, and then
We
put my
produce the
down
gold.
payment down.
She gathers up the coin.
It's like wipes
What's
the
the
blood
total?
off it.
It's 500 gold.
Okay. So you mark the 370 off?
I did. It's gone.
I do this for you at no extra price as a favor to my friend Gorgrim. She takes the coin, puts it into a leather pouch. You see her kind of hide it and sequester it away in her robes. She looks at all of you and reaches out and into what looks to be a very large, deep bowl of blood, reaches in and pulls out a diamond from the blood. And like takes it and puts it in Mooney's mouth and closes it.
He likes that.
Just going to take some words to lure his soul back to him, to you. You must make an attempt. Call out to his spirit. He needs a voice like an anchor for a ship moored at harbor, a line as if like a climber on a mountain face to follow.
I know what to do here. Nakma, you're up. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've
knew
got
you
this. I can do this. If anyone can call him back.
She brings a mortar and pestle, begins taking more things, grinding herbs together. Now is the time. Speak to his spirit.
Mooney Rumbleforge, I know you're in there. I know that you are in a place far, far away, but it's time to come back to the Lotus, Mooney. It's time to be the Drake once more. There are those out there who would scoff at your style of fighting. You cannot let that happen in your absence. Nonetheless, your new patron, Shardra, there's much work to be done left in this world, Mooney. There are many of those left to feed that only you can feed, Mooney. For so long you've hungered, but now it's time to give back to those in need, Mooney. And we need you here. You can't go yet. We must return. We cannot make the same mistakes we made with Genesis, the same mistakes we made in the frozen north. You must return to us in the City of Skulls. Only you can wield this weapon. It was meant for you, and you alone.
Where am I right now? Like, can I hear this? Am I still in that weird, like, dark area but with the spotlight? Is Charter still there?
So
Did she just, like, peace out after I was just like, no, I think I'm gonna get picked up later?
So for you, time has been moving at an unusual rate, and it has been completely different and detached from all of them.
Right.
The last time that we visited Mooney's spirit, you were speaking with Shardra, and she said something along the lines of, "They're calling you back."
So it's been, like, moments for me here?
Mere moments.
Alright. I say to her, yeah, I can hear that. So, can you tell me, like, anything about myself? You keep telling me I'm your little brother, but, like...
Don't you want to find out the hard way? Isn't this why you travel to the material realm?
I look at my hand. Is it still a lizard folk hand?
It is glowing with a bright light. It is nondescript, has 5 fingers.
Is there anybody else around here besides us?
Just you. And this is kind of when you begin to realize that there's not nearly so much a spotlight on you, but it is that you are the light in the darkness. And you see yourself in the form of your key. All of that spiritual energy that you had trouble tapping
thinking,
into
like,
for so long.
A literal key for a second.
Not a literal house key or lock key. You see yourself as your spiritual energy, which is burning and glowing with a powerful radiance.
Like a brother to me, Mooney. Like a brother to me. You have to come back. You know you do. He fades out again.
And I'm like, okay. I got one last question then, Chandra, and then I'll go back. How the hell am I going to keep convincing elves to change if they live forever and they get stuck in their own ways for over like 2 centuries? Every time we try to make friends with them, something bad keeps happening. Is there like a secret to this? Like every time I meet elves, besides your people, I keep getting the bad end of the arrow shaft.
Oh, silly. You're not there for the elves.
I just want to be friends with them sometimes, you know? And it doesn't keep working out. You saw those guys in khakis, right? They came by through here. All right. Thank you for your time, Shagra. I hope we meet next time in better times and with more friends.
You'll find what you're looking for, little brother. You'll find the answers to your questions. Traverse the wilds. Find the forgotten monastery, the one lost in the woods. It is there that you shall find an open hand.
I know it's probably great there, Mooney. I know you're probably getting all your questions answered. Anything that you've ever dreamed of and more is at your fingertips in this place. But I ask you, come back to this harsh world and live with us in it, Mooney. Live, damn you! Live!
Nakma grabs Taz by the shoulder, says, "Yeah, that's all great and all. Mooney, I need your champion to be here.
You see...
It is not your time." And I shake him. Come back to us!
She pushes you away, an orcish hand, long nails that
That's
look
what
like they
Minotaurs
haven't been
do.
clipped in a while.
Oh, gross.
And as she pushes on you, she does so with like a strange amount of strength that is surprising to you. She pushes you away.
Okay, I accept
And
it.
She stops and says, "That will not help your friend." She reaches forward, reaches into a jar, an earthen pot, and pulls out some squirming maggots.
It helps.
Oh, God, you're just making this worse for me.
Opens his
want
opens
some.
Mooney's mouth,
No!
Oh no!
rubs his
You
throat.
baby birded me.
She didn't even throw it. Yeah, go, keep going. It's awesome.
And she continues her ritual. She turns her attention to the wound. There's several stab wounds, and she begins taking some black thread. You see that she reaches out, and at one of the cadavers on one of the beer's resting places, she pulls a black thread from this dead body, from its hair, and begins to suture the wounds closed.
Okay.
Hey, you got that rope, right?
Nakma's hand has not left Taz's shoulder since he grabbed it. It's still there.
Anything
5,
else?
10 minutes later.
She continues her ritual for up to an hour.
He just needs
Taz
his
just-
companionship.
I mean, at some
Continues.
point, Cormac will just be like, "Come on, man. It's like your first resurrection. Come on, dude. Just come on back."
Friend. Yes.
I show up at like this gate, and this guy's saying, "He's like, I'm sorry, you're not on the list."
And then there's a Celeste.
No, I'm
on the
serious. I
ground.
can hear them calling me right now. Look, man, I know everybody says that they've got somebody in there calling them.
Yeah. Oh, your friends are in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, a lot of people's friends are in there.
That's awesome.
A strange, regal-looking man, bald, shaved head, wearing a crown, eyes black as the void, dressed like a very wealthy nobility, royalty, puts a hand on your shoulder.
I love that laugh.
They're waiting for you. We're going to keep them waiting.
No, I'm coming back right now. I don't know why it keeps taking us so long. I keep running.
These
Gotta find the
rituals,
stairs, dude.
they take up to an hour. Exhausting work. I could have done it for you. In a heartbeat. I have need of you, Drake. My plans for Balthazar involve you.
What is he doing there? How do I look now? Am I still key?
Yeah.
I wave my hand and it does like that after image thing.
Yeah.
Right?
That's very distracting.
I'm sorry I ever let Soleos get his clutches into you, Mooney. I swear if you come back, I will keep him from you. I will not let him have his dirty hands.
Listen, I saw
Anyway,
He
the
takes your
alligator.
hands in
Destiny.
his hands.
I saw the alligator bag, right?
What
Yeah.
do you say,
I'm
Tiff?
not the alligator, right?
You are now. You're the walrus.
The alligator?
The white alligator that you ride around on. I saw the statue.
Okay, you're asking that.
Oh, yeah. God.
You are not my
God.
alligator mount.
Thank you. I was kind of scared that I was for a little while. You know, ever since he started talking about it, I was like, well, it's kind of weird because like lizard folk that are pale in my culture are like considered cursed. But I'm sorry, I'm over talking.
Well, I definitely
I gotta get
understand.
going
In
really
fact,
soon,
in
so.
fact, I'm flattered. You've nearly figured it out. Once my Messiah rises to the power I need in him, he shall be my vessel upon a moth. Now go forth and carry out my plan.
Wait. So does that mean that?
Wow.
Mooney? Mooney, are you awake?
The orc, is full,
I should be walking by now.
I know yelling at the down helps. Get back,
The spell is complete. The ritual has reached its pinnacle. It does not stir. Perhaps his soul is unwilling.
Oh, I'm coming back. Like,
Then you're
Tickle
back.
his feet. I heard
Yeah.
that
his
works.
eyes flick open, deep breath.
Ah. That is good.
I turn around and like start throwing up like an obnoxious amount of blood and whatever the
Right.
heck was like in
Your lungs
that.
And
whatever.
larvae.
Yeah.
Your maggot mouth.
It is natural. He will be weak for days. Dying is an ordeal. I'm sure you can attest for that.
Yes.
so cold in here.
Get the man some pedialyte.
Although my transition was quite different. Welcome back, Mooney.
Oh, Cormac.
Don't worry, I didn't turn you into a skeleton.
The Pale Widow.
Yeah.
The Pale Widow has returned his spirit, and he does not walk the afterlife.
You see now that once again you hear the sound of bones rattling and the blizzard folk behind you had been watching the entire time, and you see the one known as Samedi. It's like
A powerful spirit has returned. By what name might we call you? God.
No.
You will not speak directly to
I-
him.
I am the
My
Drake.
apologies.
and they all bow.
Champion.
We shall not speak directly to this entity from beyond the grave. He carries a power.
He is the Drake.
I reach for my sword
The Drake.
You will not speak
and I
directly.
light it.
The flaming soul.
Cheeks.
The secret magical word to make it so that it turns on.
Was what?
Clap cheeks.
That's what I thought you said.
I thought you said just checking.
I did too.
I will use minor illusion to make that echo really loud in the
Yes,
chamber.
beautiful.
Classmates, we stand in the presence of a god. Bow lower.
That's right.
The Korgrim and the orc, like,
Lizard folk.
Yes.
They're a very superstitious lot.
Well, you've certainly traded up.
He did.
I try to pretend that I am not like completely stiff, and I have a -4 to all my ability checks, saves,
Right.
and attack throws. And I say to you guys, thank you so much for bringing me back. I'm so sorry I ran forward. I swear I'll never go first again. Especially now since I have a -4 to everything.
No, Mooney. Don't blame yourself. It was a bad fight from the beginning. We were.
Who were those nobodies? Like some sort of royalty? Did they have like some kind of crazy like god powers?
One of them was in possession of this book. It's a very powerful artifact.
God, they killed me like I was nothing.
Well, the spells that I'm able to cast with this book are quite a bit heavier than before.
Rest, my friend.
Did you guys save that orc? I look over. Oh my god, he's turned old and hideous.
No. Here.
she looks at him and scowls.
Right? I'm so sorry, friend. I didn't know this resurrection would take so much of a toll on you. You guys have paid them, correct?
No, Mooney, it's not. Taz just starts laughing.
Right.
Like impossibly, just like laughing.
The lizard folk up at the top of the stairs are like throwing down dead rodents and bones and stuff.
Just skittering off to gather more rodents and running back.
Yeah, you see some of them coming back. They're throwing
Skunk.
basically like
Yeah.
gifts in your direction,
They're
like
gifting
worthless
it.
pebble stones and stuff like that, bits and pieces of bone,
Anything.
a broken spearhead.
Pieces of glass.
You guys are like, look at all this trash, and I was like, yes, wait, I think I need this.
I think I could make something with this. Yeah.
I
Like a hoarder.
I lean down
The
to.
burning soul has accepted my gift. My offering appeases the Lord.
Nakma leans down and whispers in Mooney's ear and says, "They think you're a god, my brother."
I am no god. I am a flesh
Roll
like
with
all
it.
of you.
Just roll with it.
Our God has taken the form of flesh to walk amongst us. Truly, he is a Messiah,
Tread lightly.
savior of our lizard folk souls.
Mooney, you've always told me you wanted to be a teacher.
Oh my gosh.
Perhaps they would
This is your chance.
learn.
What is your domain, my lord?
The way of the open fist.
I, my lord, we shall spread your righteous word and your wrath across the land.
No, wait. We'll call it the flying fist. That sounds way cooler, right?
Yes, flying fist.
Yeah, because I'm a freestyle fighter.
There you go.
Free
Yes,
style.
freestyle.
Our God brings us freedom.
I beckon the leader over. I take some inks and I put ink on the bottom of Mooney's hand.
Ink?
Mark,
Oh,
mark
yes.
this one.
Oh,
He will carry your mark and spread your word.
Yes, do it. Mark him.
I jump in the air and twirl, and I give him a flying fist to the face.
Bitch slap. Open palm.
To remember your oaths.
Beautiful.
I forgot all the
Alright.
other stuff that like it's needed to be a knight. I'm just like,
And
to
minus
remember
4.
your oaths.
There's 4 lines on the front of his face that's painted like a skull, and he stops and turns to the others and like,
The holy symbol of freedom,
Shit.
of the way.
I love it.
This is the way.
and it turned to one another,
Bam!
Away.
and they start passing fists to one another
You
as
gotta
they
dip in the ink.
they bludgeon each other a little bit, and they go on.
I
It's
will
like,
assist.
been
I'll
blessed.
paint ink
Yeah.
on it.
There you
This
go.
is the way.
Here, yes, guys.
And they-
Right along.
They scatter up the stairs and begin spreading your
awesome.
holy word of free
Chuckling to myself.
style.
Freestyle. Yeah, there we go.
Freestyle.
I just mutter something along the lines of this is how all religions start. As I'm just writing the
Does any of them like want to be my acolyte or like train
It's
with
so
me?
true, though.
I'll ask him on the slide right now. I'll be like, hey man, do you want to like learn karate?
What's the name of your religion, Mooney?
Way of the open fist?
Yeah, way of the flying fist.
Way of the flying fist.
I shall be
Flying fist.
your cleric. Bless me with your power.
Oh, every time you bite something, you'll get back 5 hit points if you can do 5 points of damage. I give you wisdom as my power.
Hit points and damage. What are you speaking of? Yeah, right?
Okay, alright, let me try this. I try to show
Look up
how
and
to
just
concentrate
wink at
ki into my hand,
There
but I
you
realize I
go.
can't do that.
What?
Because I don't do ki.
Maybe you show them how to roll their
It's like
fists tightly,
willpower.
so they can do more precise punch. How's that? You know what I mean?
Shoot. Alright. I try to teach them how to do a stunning strike.
There you go.
Okay. So it's mostly hitting them in the soulplex every time. Like, always the soulplex. It's called the bread basket. Once you do that, it'll make it so that they bend over and they curl up into a ball. And then it gives everybody a chance to hit them.
Bread baskets.
You know, I was expecting you guys to be a little more,
It's gotta be in my notes somewhere. How can I train this man?
The lizard folk follow you about.
What about speed? Do you want to learn how to run really fast? It's all about breathing.
Breathing. Such is the law, the word of our new god.
Okay, here. We go out to the swamp, right? And I'm like, look,
As you step up and out of the mausoleum, you look around and you see that you're in a mountain area. A mountainous town. Kind of on a hill and a horizon, and you can see Rodmalak and Ellenday.
is there like a pond or like any water source around here?
Beautiful
Well, it's
view.
raining, so it's muddy.
Oh, well, that's not gonna
Yes.
work very well. I was gonna show him how to run across water like a lizard, you know, but I guess that's not gonna be that cool.
Not all lizards can do that.
Mooney, perhaps what he needs is a demonstration.
Oh, well,
That's what
my
I mean.
attacks only work on living creatures, so.
I will spar with you so you can show them how to do this. How's that?
Oh, Nakmar, are those? Oh, hey, you're wearing them.
Would you like them back, friend?
No, they're yours. I meant to give them to you. As one of my, he's my first student,
Not food.
not food.
The Drake is my champion. I told you don't speak to him directly.
They have a special bond.
Yeah, try to eat me and see what happens.
Okay, Nakma. This is great. No,
Yeah, no, you
you're
use
now.
me as your beating dummy, but I'll, you know,
Oh, okay.
you show them your moves on me.
No. Yep. What's your AC right now?
It's only 19, but I don't care.
+2 now, so it's 21.
-4.
So I go to hit Nakma, and like I go to hit him, and my hand cracks against it, and I go.
Yeah, I just stand there. He hits me in the shoulder.
Sorry, let me try that again.
Open hand.
Hold on, let me try that one more
Here,
time.
wait, let me get more vulnerable. Okay, go.
Maybe a little bit more loose there, Nakma. You're not
Okay,
supposed to
I'll
actually.
I'll
You're
turn
not supposed to
sideways.
block this shot.
I didn't mean to. Okay, go.
Perhaps Now is not
Okay.
the time for a demonstration.
Okay, hold on,
The
Necklace. I
lizard
think I
folk
got
continue
this.
to mimic your cries of anguish and just look at their hands, and you're like, open hand.
You see my hands?
Yes,
And they're like
the open
broken.
hand.
Like the way Nakmon's just like, they're not working anymore. So numb. Alright, I go for a kick. This will be the last try.
Okay.
I'll sweep the knee this time.
Kick me good.
This one always works.
Kick me good.
Natural
Are
1.
you?
Into his leg, and he stands there up against it.
Oh my god, I want to say like an Anderson Silva that, and just like my leg wraps around your leg.
Even gods must have their rest at times.
Can I lean into it?
First of your name,
Can I
new
like
disciple
nonchalantly lean
of
into
Mooney.
it?
Perhaps allow your deity to rest. Come, Mooney. Let's retire to the heavenly trolley for a time.
No, I'm not done yet. Gosh darn it! And I use performance this
Keep
time.
trying.
My lord, I understand your teachings. Through pain, we grow. Through the open hand, we survive.
It's the flying fist.
Yes. Through flying fists, we bite
Yeah.
and we thrive.
Listen, maybe I'm not the deity you're looking for.
You begin to realize that like more lizard folk are showing up,
Oh.
and they're all watching now.
They all have the marks.
They all have like 4 marks across your foreheads.
One guy got it wrong, and it's on his face.
Just
his
go in
cheek.
the card. Gods can do that. They don't need excuses for their actions.
Despite everything, you are somehow building up quite the cult.
Wow.
Taz, why do you have such a hard problem doing this?
Guess I didn't give him something to believe in like you did, Mooney.
So fucking easy. That's funny. Come, my friend. Just leave him hanging.
You guys, I gotta go rest. I'm sorry. I thought I'd have a really good technique here, and it's sneak attack!
There we go. Did you hit me?
-4.
Yeah, so it's 10.
Flying fist. In
Can I like seriously drop all my AC so he hits me?
No, I mean, you can make a performance check with me.
Is there a way? Like so he like purpose. I'm trying to help him.
You're standing there not blocking me.
No,
you
I'm
can
not
allow
doing
him
shit.
to hit you.
Yes,
You allow him to hit you.
totally. Every
No,
time.
give me a saving throw.
Okay.
As I burn a key point to stun you.
What's the saving throw?
It is a... Gosh. I've done this so long ago, sorry. 16.
Of what?
Constitution.
Oh, that one. 13. You're lucky. That's my good one.
As you
14.
burn a key point, this time something happens that never happened before, and you see that your hand begins to glow in a brilliant radiance that matches the flame of your sword, reaches up
Beautiful.
across you, and for just a moment you're burning with a radiant solar holy energy of your key spirit. And it stuns Nakma as it leaves a burning mark in the shape of your fist where you strike him. And Nakma, you're stunned suddenly.
That's fine, but can I like exaggerate and like fall backwards and make it even more worse than what it
Crap
really looks
fall.
like?
Technically not, because you're stunned, and that means
Okay.
that you can't move or take
Can't do
actions,
anything?
or you can speak falteringly, and you fail strength and dex saves. And
Okay, I'm stunned.
On
Yeah.
my next turn...
I'll take it.
You like can barely speak. You're like,
I just-
stunned for real.
Yeah. Like, oh! Like I'm shocked with a cattle prod. I just fall to the side.
It's just a cattle prodded in that far.
It hurts.
And seeing like that burning radiance wash over you for a second as you burn a key point, all of the
Magma
lizard
will
folk stop what they're
not do
doing,
anything.
and they lower their heads down, and your tails go up, and they all wave back and forth, and you just hear at least 24 lizard folk now going, and they chitter in a chorus all about you.
Okay, so anyway, now that he's stunned, and I push Nekma over.
Yeah.
This is the new technique I just learned. It's called the double tap, and I start punching Nakma again.
Not a zombie.
With advantage. Natural 20.
That's why it's happening.
Just beat me up.
And I critically strike Nakma.
I love
I
it.
think he has some issues he wanted to get out.
Do you think that there may be some unrequited rage tapped inside of him?
That's awesome. He just beat me out.
12 plus, fuck yeah. So it's 22 for one punch.
22 to what? Just stupid damage?
Yeah,
Whatever.
just
Doesn't
just
matter.
bludgeoning.
Hey, you take half of that.
11.
He's not raging.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm not raging.
Oh, yeah, you're
That's
not.
natural
Who
2.
cares?
Yeah.
We
I'm
spent
like,
so long trying to decide if we could bring Mooney back, we never stopped to think.
Nakma takes
he's
that
a monster.
He's like, go easy, man. Go easy.
Isn't that a kid?
It's a show. Good God, boy.
Why did you say that name?
Right?
Corcoran from the steps of the mausoleum.
Bastard.
I can see that I have returned balance and order to your party. Is my debt to you paid?
Who is this guy?
Yes, things are as they should be once more.
As they should
You're
be.
clowns.
Where is this somber temple?
The somber citadel.
The somber citadel.
How long am I stunned for?
6 seconds.
Yeah, that was the end of my turn, so.
Well,
Long enough to catch your breath back.
I'm just like, it's, that's good stuff.
So
So good.
Corgan looks at you,
Come with me.
It's accepted.
kind of leads you up a little bit of a winding hill in between all of these ramshackle huts and shanty type structures that don't look like they should be standing. Up a little bit of the ledge, and finally gets to an area where there's a break and points off into the distance. And you can see that in the center of this fairly small city is a towering ziggurat, which you can see clearly now that as the rain begins to lessen a little bit and in the light of day from this vantage point, it has multiple steps going up, and it has this unusual pale color to it, sort of a cream or a bleached white in various places. And at the very top of it, of this ziggurat, this tiered pyramid, there appears to be a chamber up at the top, and you can see that down one side there's a slope of stairs descending from top to bottom, and they appear to be stained in some sort of a brownish copper color, a rusty iron. The entire thing looks dingy. It almost drinks in the light of the day. The atmosphere and everything around the entire thing is ominous and feels unsettling.
That is where the cult of Bune has been performing their dark rites. That structure is the cursed, somber citadel. It is older than the city itself. And like moths to a flame, it has been a beacon for black magic over countless era. Liches, beholders, the insane, devils, demons, cults, sycophants, and madmen have all sought the power in that citadel, and they all flock to it. But in the end, that dark power consumes everyone who would see that power their own. None who sit upon that seat of power ever return or are ever left unscarred.
And what will you do now, Corgrim, that your family is gone? Will you just flee this place?
I do not intend to stay in a city of skulls. Perhaps I shall find a different path to Rodmalak and there charter a vessel. I seek to return back to the Tempest Peaks. So long as my debt is paid. If not, I am still in your service.
You owe us nothing. You brought our friend back to us as promised. Your debt has been paid.
Then I bid you good luck.
Where are you going again?
Perhaps Rodmalak. Charter passage back to the Tempest Peaks.
Tempest Peaks. Got you.
You have no hate in your heart for the elves who slaughtered your family?
Their god slew my god ages ago. And from the corpse of my god arose new gods. The primordial god that I serve now has no purpose for vengeance. They act in their nature, in their hubris. Their kind hates mine, my kind hates theirs. It is an old prejudice. One that would see both of our kinds driven into forgotten history.
Cormac.
That's his name.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Thanks for being here. Corgrim.
That's damn it!
It's been a long day, man. You seen what just
Mooney! Nakma! Fuck!
my
No,
head
gross.
hurts.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. That wasn't a command.
Corgrim,
I cast command. Just kidding.
you are a friend to the Black Lotus.
Whenever
you need my hand,
69. Okay,
Nakma
nice.
Silvermane
I'm gonna stop now.
will aid you. You have paid your debt and brought back our dear friend the Drake. Whenever you need my axe, you can call on it.
I welcome that.
Thank you.
What do you all plan to do?
Well, I have yet to talk with my friends, but unless there is a ritual imminent or some fell portal that's about to be opened or some other such thing, I find it pertinent that we spend a little bit of time in this city, perhaps getting to know the comings and goings of that ziggurat. It seems quite powerful. I don't think storming the front gates
No.
is going to be an option for us.
I can barely walk, by the way.
Mooney
Right.
needs time to
You need like a
recover.
week.
Cormac needs time to study. I think we may be here for a while.
Yeah.
I shall wait with you. You have no other allies in this city.
Very true.
At least for the span of several days, while our friend recovers and our wizard gleans more knowledge.
This new god will take 4 days to reach full strength.
Insane.
What are we waiting for? I take a step forward and fall face first to the ground, and with 1 HP still.
I catch.
Yeah, we drag Mooney inside the trolley.
Whoa, my friend.
Catch up with Al.
Well, that's not what we're calling it. It's the war
You shat
wagon.
yourself. Clean that up.
The lizard folk are painting their new holy symbol all over all the buildings.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey, I told you to get out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess other than that, we'll probably head back to the Bothan Scarlet Prince.
Bothan's Scarlet Prince.
And
All right.
it's probably as good a place as any to hitch the wagon up and stay for a while.
So I still
Alright.
have to stay in the carriage? Or does it matter anymore?
I think you do.
Days
small
and
in
days
here.
and days.
Right?
4 days
How's
later.
that gonna work? We can't just, you just can't. You just
Chamber
can't-
pots.
There's gonna.
Just a tiny little wood stove, the little
Yeah,
wagon.
but it's like right
And an 8-foot
there.
There's not very much wood up this high in the elevation, so they're just bringing in like animal chips and horse manure to burn in the stove.
Oh, jeez.
I'm okay with that.
So every day that
What the settlers did.
we're there, I scry on Vapar at least once a day.
He's serious, right? We're not gonna wait for 4 days,
you
right?
don't, because that's a god.
Not Vapar. I didn't mean to say Vapar. I meant to say
Opa.
Opa, yeah.
Opa.
Cool. I'll tell you what happens next week.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Before we go to bed, I have something really important to, and then the game ends.
Go ahead.
The lights turn out.
Oh, okay.
It starts fading to black, like
You
closing
get the
in.
bubble.
I talked to Soleos.
Soleos? He came to you in a dream? Or
No, when I was coming back, he stopped me.
in the afterlife?
Yeah.
His power grows.
He told me I'm not the alligator.
Oh, I bet that's a relief to you. I told you weren't the alligator.
Dude, he straight up just told me that, like, he's gonna be you.
No.
Yeah.
He would never do that. Not after all I've done for him.
You're in denial.
You're wrong, Mooney. Your recovery has you addled.
No.
It couldn't have been Soleos that you seen.
Listen, man, I saw him. He was bald, and he was wearing all white, and really, really gaudy golden chains. And his hands look like they've never done work in a day. Not a scar on them. They look so nice and beautiful, like a hand model.
Soft hands.
Perhaps an enemy then of Soleos, trying to turn him against me, no doubt, and me against him.
They were soft and milky white.
It's like a doctor's hands.
Pale.
Are you sure of this?
Yeah.
You sound so certain.
Yeah. Dude, he even did the evil. Yeah.
Soleos isn't Michael Jackson.
He could be. I didn't do that. I don't know who said that in the background, but it.
I love it.
This is bad news.
Hey, so like, why is Nagma staying inside? By the way, I didn't catch that part.
It's dangerous here for those of his kind.
Just minotaurs in
2
general.
Minotaur walk
Yeah,
by.
they walk.
Did you see the way I ripped his hand out and pulled out the spine? Ah! Right?
That guy didn't even care if I took his broth.
Look, another one of those weird lizard folk. Yeah, what's wrong with this one? Where's your mark, dummy?
And they laugh and keep walking by.
I love it. Does Nakma hear that in the carriage? He chuckles if he does. He just. It's so hard to stay here.
Go get lost in the forest.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, wait, is that really insulting to a minotaur to say "get lost"?
Oh,
Yes.
That's,
Yes, because it can't happen.
That's perfect.
That is-
I don't think that they understand literal and non-literal, so they're like, I can't get lost.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but get lost.
I'm much too good at mazes. I would never get lost.
Only the people of
No, I
Al
said it.
Raja
Get out of here.
understand.
Get lost.
This guy's crazy.
No, it's like an insult. May you never find your way. Like,
Yeah.
like to
May you
Spartans or
never
whatever.
find your way, exactly.
May you live a long
May the
life.
stars confuse you.
You bastard! Um,
Anything else?
Well, I really don't want you to become Soleos. And you guys are here, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about that? You don't want to become Soleos. It's not like anybody else here is becoming like one of those creatures, right? Like we didn't see that guy in that one place become like the old man become that like sickly creature. But it was stuck in the statue the whole time.
Curious. Did he
Which
mention
old man?
Balthazar
The
by
ghost.
name?
Oh,
Yeah, the one that pulled Felix into the water.
Yes. Sorry.
Did he mention Balthazar by name?
Oh. No. Must be that amnesia from being dead. Can't remember.
Amnesia?
So how do you know he spoke of this one?
Because Taz is the only, like, representative of their people, though, right? Like
Use the word representative?
no.
Listen, Taz has recruited children. Did you forget?
What? Ayla's not a kid. She literally
Yes.
murders people.
No, she was a.
You might want to be sure. Think hard about what he said.
You weren't there, Cormac.
I didn't say that I was.
No,
You're
no,
probably
no,
writing all this down. I didn't say that.
Cormac has a point, Mooney.
He does.
Are you sure that he meant me?
Well, who else is he gonna be?
I don't know.
True.
He said he needed my help.
It is the god of your world.
Why would he need your help and not mine?
I don't know. Maybe he wants me to help you, like I've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, you've been of a great help to me.
Yeah, you would have never made it past all those deserts and towers and
Balthazar, as you think
water
about this for a
features.
moment, you bring your hand up to your face and the side of your head and you reach up for your temple
Oh, you put
and
that shit
you
in your
slightly nudge the circlet resting upon your brow.
Yeah, there is a circlet on my brow. I'm not sure what that means, but
what's a circlet?
the circlet that I'm wearing was a gift from a friend.
It's kind of like a crown.
Yeah,
Oh,
Small
the
crown.
tiara.
Yeah.
Kind
of
of like
elven
that.
make. You know, Cormac,
I remember that.
could you be of
It's a circlet.
Some-
Sorry.
service to me?
It's a head necklace.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
I was given this as a gift from a dear friend of mine, but it suddenly strikes me as a fearsome object. Could you perhaps take a look at it magically?
But, yeah, of course.
Deeper,
Sure, I can identify all sorts of magical items.
if you would.
I've come across all sorts of powerful artifacts.
Sure. Give me a few minutes. Lay it there.
All the time you need. Does it come off?
No, really.
Must
Lay
ask.
it right there. That's the first thing you take
I'm
off.
trying!
Let me help.
Oh god, that was scary.
I identify
There's like
it.
hairs
Anything
missing.
unusual?
Use
It's
my
a
axe.
circlet of blasting of elven make. You do not detect any curses upon it.
As far as I can tell, it's capable of what you already know.
Okay.
I think your identify spell also determines that you know that he's attuned to it. No, that's not an attuned item, is it?
It's not.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen these before. This is very fine made, though. Elven, no doubt.
Yes. Well, you know, other than just, maybe it's a red herring. I don't know what's going on. But, I'm just going to put it back on my brow for the time being and think about this because
I don't get it.
I'm not really sure.
When'd you look at your circlet?
I just felt a sudden twinge. You mentioned a circlet was on the brow of this being. Does it resemble this one?
Does it?
Soleil's had a little bit more of a ducal crown, but it's the same idea.
Same idea. A round hoop that goes on somebody's head.
Well, what's this symbol?
Symbol of Soleil?
Yeah.
Can I try
the-
drawing it?
It's like the.
What?
The crown that he showed me.
That he was wearing?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. You've seen Soleil's.
Yeah, I've seen.
I don't know, just instinct. I was like,
Dry it
gonna
on the
roll,
ground.
but then you didn't say anything, so I was just like, okay, yeah, I do it.
Yeah.
Draw it on the ground or whatever.
Cormac, from everything that I've told you of this being, a lesser power transplanted from another world, seeking followers to gain a foothold, should he have been able to access the realms of the gods?
Whoa! I was in limbo.
He's in the veil between, which is more likely probably where he resides.
I can't go there. You can't go there.
You're not gods trying to find dominion. But the in-between is where the veil is most thin, and that's probably where he resides.
Taz,
Yes.
I could be wrong.
your God spoke to me
So they spoke to you as well.
way back in that haunted house.
What did he say?
That town.
Haunted house.
The haunted plagued family. The plagued family.
Oh shoot! You
Was
mean
a
where we
distant
found
memory.
the bag?
In that town.
Go
Your
on.
God spoke to me.
What did he say?
Oh, it was so long ago. Months. Something that... Give me time, I will remember.
First you, a vision of one who has kept me here and given me power, saying that I will be his vessel, but you cannot remember the details of the wording. Now you, another story. I swear you're set to turn yourselves against me.
It was the night that you ran out the hall.
I was dead.
No.
You've told me this story of the sick man. You traveled with a winged creature that you let die in a cavern. Am I to be next? Is this what you do to your most loyal friends?
Listen, only the ones that are human.
You are not of this world. It's not my fault you're confused.
Taz is
Your
like
God
visibly
is approaching
distressed.
us.
We're Feywild creatures. We accidentally screw over humans all the time.
I don't want you to be distressed.
Keep your paranoia and your madness, and I stalk off.
Yeah.
And I go into the
Listen,
trolley and I
it's-
slam the door.
It's uncontrolled. It's door slams.
Mm-hmm.
And game.
And
Yeah.
game. So out of game, just to
Jackma says
clarify, you
aye.
said disciple, right? You didn't say Balthazar.
No.
He is a disciple.
Yeah, one of
You
many.
said Messiah.
No,
Messiah is what he said. You're right.
Out of game.
Messiah.
All right, it doesn't have to be him. Could be you.
I am the
Oh.
Messiah.
And he's, oh, shit.
All right. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Wait. Is that why you said I was
No.
close?
Holy smokes.
I'm signing off. Bye.